In this week's history video, I'd like to talk about one of the most interesting men ever to be Vice President of the United States. He recorded a hit song. He won the Nobel Peace Prize. He bailed out Germany after World War I and certainly postponed the onset of World War II. Quite a guy. His name was Charles G. Dawes, D-A-W-E-S, and he served as Coolidge's vice president from 1924 to 1928. Well, in 1912, he composed the music for what he called the music in A major. It was a piece for piano and violin. And in the 1950s, that melody became adopted by Tommy Edwards to sing the song, It's All in the Game. But it's all in the game. So that was the only song ever composed, only hit song ever composed by a vice president of the United States. Dawes was actually a descendant of the original Dawes, I don't know his first name, who rode with Paul Revere on Paul Revere's Ride. The poem Longfellow wrote was only about Paul Revere, but Dawes would be just as famous if he'd written it more accurately. Dawes was very involved after World War I in providing relief to Germany. The problem was that the reparations that the Treaty of Versailles required of Germany was so crippling that they destroyed the German economy. And ultimately, Germany couldn't pay it, and a worldwide depression looked like it might ensue. And it looked like even 2 or 3 years after World War I that the kind of turmoil that led to Hitler could engulf Germany. Well, he was chairman of the Dawes Commission that proposed a change in the way reparations was paid so that the bill was only due as German industrial production increased. And for that, he got the Nobel Peace Prize, the only vice president ever to win that. Afterwards, Coolidge put him on his ticket to be vice president. But then he screwed up. A few days after he took office as vice president, he was presiding over the Senate when a nominee came up for confirmation, one of Coolidge's appointments. And the Democrats were opposed to it, and there was a big fight going on, and it looked like there would be a tie vote. But it looked like the vote would take place late in the day. Dawes was a middle-aged older guy, and he wanted a nap. So he went to the Hotel Willard to take a nap, assured that there would be no vote until 3 or 4 in the afternoon. Well, when the Democrats saw the vice president, who was a Republican, leaving, they canceled all their speeches and forced an immediate vote. And there was no vice president there to break the tie. And worse, one of the Democrats who was voting with the Republicans switched, and the nomination was defeated because the vice president was asleep. They called him frantically. He hopped in a cab, but he didn't make it to Capitol Hill in time. Dawes' family owned the largest banking firm in Chicago, and he put it together, and Herbert Hoover named him chairman of the Reconstruction Finance Corporation, his major vehicle for fighting the recession. But he wasn't as effective in that as he was in some of the other things he did. Charles G. Dawes. Look him up. Thanks for watching.